What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Hannahcast YouTube channel, and the trailer for a new Blumhouse horror movie has just dropped, and it's called They Them. And if you don't know what They Them is about a bunch of teenagers who are part of the LGBTQ plus community. Some are gay, some are trans, some are non-binary. And they are sent to a conversion therapy camp led by some camp counselor played by Kevin Bacon. What at least seems like is that, you know, while they're going through all this really, painful kind of, or mentally painful kind of conversion therapy, there is a killer on the loose. When this movie was announced, this horror movie about a conversion therapy camp, and it's called They Them, and I was like, this could either be really clever or really misguided. Because really I was thinking, what is the context of this? Like, what side is it supposed to be portraying? Because I was like, it better not be the campers who are the bad guys here, because that's a no bueno. You don't do that. But the trailer, like I said, has dropped, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks really interesting. Now, yes, you do have your typical, slasher horror stuff. I mean, and it's probably gonna be fun. But, however, I feel like the real horror of this movie is gonna be in its conversion scene. Like, there's a scene in this trailer where this non-binary character is being talked to by this one woman who I'm assuming works at the camp. I mean, she probably does work at the camp. And she starts asking them questions like,
do you think your parents are disappointed in you?
Sometimes.
So what do? You try to make yourself special. You become they.
That, I feel like, is where the true horror of this film really shines. I mean, yeah, like I said, you do have the slasher horror stuff, but, however, this kind of subtext, like this kind of, second layer is, I feel like, what's going to be really scary. And that's why I think, the movie Get Out is so effective, and it's still, in my opinion, one of the best horror films ever made. That movie is basically about mind controlling, they're being possessed by someone else, and it's like, we've seen that before, but that's not where the true horror of Get Out lies. The real horror of Get Out lies within the racial subtext of the film. People using microaggressions against Daniel Kaluuya's character, Chris. And that Chris, for the most part, is the only black person in this big social gathering. And I feel like Corey Coleman of Double Toasted summed up the film like this.
Yes, we've all been that token black dude where we've been somewhere dating a white girl, or we've been the token black friend. Mm-hmm. We out of some function down in the middle of nowhere, like a wedding or, some river party or something.
Yeah, bachelor party.
And for some reason that phone went out, and you just automatically thought to yourself, you know something? If this suddenly just turned into a Klan rally, that's my ass.
This is where I got.
And I feel like you're gonna see this kind of subtext within They Them. I feel like, you're gonna have, the slasher horror stuff that we come to expect, but again, that's not where the real horror lies. The real horror of this film comes with the gaslighting and, honestly, mental torture of these gay, non-binary, trans kids who just want to live their lives, but society is constantly beating down on them and telling them, no, you're supposed to be this way. That's how it's always been. And that can actually be really devastating to a person. And that's something many people don't really realize. Like, this stuff has horrible effects on mental health, and if this movie plays its cards right, it could be very effective in that. Now, one thing I do kind of question is why it's going to Peacock. Now, that could be a number of two reasons. One, maybe the movie is terrible, or, and this is the one I kind of fear, considering it's tackling these kind of heavy, LGBTQ plus issues, that the studio was too worried that no one would see it. I mean, this is being written by John Logan. Now, if you don't know who John Logan is, he's written movies like Skyfall, Hugo, Rango, Sweeney Todd, The Aviator, The Last Samurai, Gladiator, and he even got nominated for Best Original Screenplay for Gladiator, Best Original Screenplay for The Aviator, and Best Adapted Screenplay for Hugo. Now, he also wrote movies like Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas, and Star Trek Nemesis, and The Time Machine. However, it's also worth noting when you look at the directors of those movies, they're not very strong directors, so maybe the problem with those movies was the direction? So, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, like, They, Them is looking better than I initially thought when I heard the premise of this film, because again, I'm just like, what's the context of this film gonna be like? This actually has some potential to actually mean something deeper than that, like actually delving into social issues that still to this day plague our society. And so I ask you, what did you think for the trailer for They, Them? Let me know in the comments below what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a like, share the video so that we can appease the algorithm gods, and if you want to see more, click this.